You know it's super fly when Day Bar is opened. Hip-hop review, news, plus breaking new artists, pop culture, current events with an urban view of it. This is all things hip-hop, delivered raw, unpolitically correct, a fan's perspective, putting all artists in check. Dope content, current hot by remarkable men. Our thoughts, clearly. Welcome to Audio Theory.
Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory podcast. How you been, man? What's the update?
Good, man. Listen, this is not my normal get up for one of these podcasts. Had to jump straight off a Zoom meeting, so you're getting corporate day bars open, but obviously need to do what we need to do for this. So I'm here and ready to go, bro. How you feeling?
Feeling good. You look like a fly ass Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I should have had this on the last during the Halloween episode. Yeah. I mean, this is honestly probably, if you ever saw me in a club, this is probably close to what I'd be wearing if we're being perfectly honest. So yeah, some skinny jeans and some nice sneakers.
At your regular, when the office was open, were you allowed to wear that, or was it more formal?
Oh yeah. It is probably too formal, to be perfectly honest.
Nice.
Dude, my corporate scene is super like hipster, like really, if you dress up, they're like, ooh, he must have had an interview before this, before his day started, kind of thing. So
that's what's wild too. I wore something similar. Sometimes I'm just like in the mood to wear a button up or whatever and look a little nice.
Yeah, dude, you feel better when you like look good, kind of thing.
Yeah, and then I have people like, yo, damn, like, are you going to an interview? Like, what's going on? I'm like, bitch, can't I just feel good for a couple days? Like, I've been wearing like busted up t-shirts like the past couple days because I was lazy, and now I want to look good, and I'm having people accuse me of all kinds of
same exact thing. I remember when I first started leading a team, I told all the people reporting to me, on Mondays we dress nice, bro. I was like, fresh to death Mondays, that's a thing. And then, dude, like, it became like a popular trend, and then when I stopped doing it, they're like, oh, you don't really care about your job no more, like, what happened to that thing?
You can never win with these people.
You could never win, bro. How are you feeling, bro? You've been enjoying the week removed from being back, symptoms. Give the people an update on your health.
Yeah, so I was actually freaking out this weekend because even though, for those who didn't see the last episode, I contracted COVID, had symptoms for, I don't know, 7-10 days. But what scared me was as soon as I tested negative twice, I still had like a constant headache, and it woke me up as soon as I returned home. For the next few days, it woke me up at like 5 a.m. I just had like a raging headache. It kind of felt like a headache you would get from like a hangover, one of those ones you just like really can't do shit about.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't like I was dehydrated or anything. Like I drank water. Fortunately, the extra strength Tylenol worked like a charm, but I freaked out because I read online that some woman who had COVID experienced something similar, and she dealt with headaches for several months. And just the thought of that like pissed me off, because I'm like, fuck, if I have to deal with this shit for several months, like my quality of life for the next 90 days is just gonna be complete shit. But fortunately, I'd say like a day or two ago was the first time I didn't really I didn't have to use any medication whatsoever, and I feel completely fine. So I think I'm finally back to normal. Like even I had like me and my girl went out and I had a beer at some sushi spot, and like that alone fucking made my head hurt. So I was pretty afraid, but now I think my body's finally pushed it out. My brother, on the other hand, like he said his symptoms got worse. He almost was gonna take himself to the hospital because he had like a coughing attack, and he said he like couldn't catch his breath. But now he's like pretty much completely healed, but he said he's still testing positive. So the long story short, I think with this virus, like you absolutely have no idea what is going to happen to you. Like it's a mystery box. You could feel like you're going to die for 2 days. You could feel like complete shit for 3 months. You could have no symptoms. Like you really don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think Elon Musk said he sat down with the span of like half an hour. He took 4 different tests. 2 came back positive, 2 came back negative. The same person took it on the same machine. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
it's
he's like,
nuts.
I don't know if I have it. Do I not have it? Like, what's going on?
Well, and I'm sure like it's a bitch too to like stay in your house and fucking order DoorDash for every meal. I spent like fucking $100 in like 3 days on meals because I'm not supposed to leave anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm in and out.
Though, right? Because like I get you're meant to like, but isn't it the point of the mask? Like isn't like the point of the mask to make sure you don't spread it? But like,
yeah,
if you have to be out, like.
Yeah, but I think the mask is more so like just in case, like if you have it but don't know, like this is the best solution. But like if you do have it and you know for a fact, then like your ass is supposed to just like not interact with any human. You're like not even supposed to get tested, they say. So like when we tested positive, they're like,
oh right, because
shouldn't even be going back.
If you have symptoms, they're like, please don't even come to the hospital, right?
I'm not sure about that, but like they don't even want you at the testing center because they're like, we know you have it, or you know you have it, and you might expose people just by walking around the testing center. So they're like, just wait like 5-6 days and then come back. Don't like.
Okay, because that happened to me. Because I remember when I filled it out, I was expressing like I didn't have I did have symptoms, and they were like, please don't come. Like just like quarantine for 14 days. If you still feel a certain way, then come in.
Yeah.
So I think they're assuming like if you have any kind of symptoms, like you have it, just stay home. So.
Word.
It's tough, bro. All right, cool. But what about spiritually, mentally? How are you feeling?
Definitely better than I was previously. I think just having the symptoms and not knowing if they were gonna go away and just not feeling motivated or inspired kind of fucked with me. Like I was playing video games and everything, but I mean you can only do that for so long.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You get the PS5? Or you?
No.
Yeah.
I'm always like a late person when it comes to the new console releases, but part of me purposely doesn't like to get it in the beginning, or I haven't enjoyed doing that since I was little, just because they don't release that many games when it first comes out, and then I think there's models that like malfunction. There's like a lot of callbacks and shit, and or recalls, and there just wasn't any games. There weren't any games that kind of
appealed that much.
Yeah, appealed to me and made me want to go out and spend fucking $1,200 like everyone else.
So,
I feel like at this point people just want to stunt to say they had PS5.
Yeah, dude, the hype behind it, right? Because like I feel like I'm just surprised that people were like, I need to be the first one to get it. I'm like, yo, you know they're gonna re-release this shit for the masses come the holidays. Like, there's no way they're not doing that.
Yeah.
So like I don't move into my new house until January, late January. So I'm like, bro, as long as I have this shit by February, like nothing changes for me.
Yeah.
Shout out to my girlfriend though. She was actively trying to get it for me for a Christmas gift. Like she's like, I saw her like doing like the refresh. She's like, how did this sell out? I'm like, this is what I go through every Saturday to buy sneakers. Like the hype is real, bro. But yeah, so like same dude. I'm not really a big gamer. I literally play one game, but I was a big fan of the Spider-Man in the different like the U-verse, like the one with like the Dominican
Miles?
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
So I really want that game graphics look sick.
Yeah. No, that
I feel like
looks dope.
I want to cop that just to try something else besides like FIFA.
Yeah. It's funny how this whole PS5 thing and like the memes of the good girlfriend getting the boyfriend. This is some kind of reminds me of how I forget the diamond company that like made diamonds the ultimate engagement gift, but it reminds me of how they kind of brainwash the public into thinking like if you don't get this then you're a terrible spouse. Like, that's the PS5 for dudes now.
Facts. She's like, well, I tried. I'm like, you still got 3 months. You can figure it out. If you think I'm buying this shit, we have a whole different conversation ahead of us.
Yeah.
Dude, besides me, dude, life's been good. My boy Billy's here. I went to South Beach for the first time in like forever. Laid on the beach, threw the football around. The weather's been great. The weather's been trash recently, so it was nice to finally have a sunny day. And then, bro, knock on wood, as of Thursday, closing the house. So just constant paperwork, sending this check, showing proof. Like, it's like, yeah, we see the money's available, but where'd you get it from? It's like, damn, bro, it's just crazy how like they like, yeah, but send me proof of the check. I'm like, but the teller has it. How the fuck can I send you?
Right.
So yeah, bro, it's just like nonstop. But from what I've been told from other people who bought houses, it's probably like the easiest process it's ever been. Because I guess everyone knows I'm a first-time buyer, so they're trying to like walk me through it. But then sporadically, I get like 15 emails like, "But where is this? Where is that?" I'm like, "Bro, but no one told me you needed this."
So at this point, is it like 99% confirm or complete or whatever?
It's done. It's literally just Thursday morning logging in on the secured wire transfer link and just pushing away my life savings. That's pretty much it.
Congrats.
That's pretty much, yeah, man.
The place looked beautiful when you sent it. Obviously can't wait to visit. COVID, I have to probably retract some of my statements in the past when I was like, fuck COVID, like I'll visit tomorrow. Now I'm like
you're fully aware.
Yeah, but I still got
yeah, you have to visit, bro. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have my first housewarming is gonna be around February, so we'll see how you feel around then. It's gonna be for the Super Bowl, so I'm gonna have like because the dope thing about the house, if you saw in the pictures, it has a massive like theater projector, so like I'm gonna have the game up on that shit. Like,
shit.
I'm excited about that.
Nice.
But dude, have you heard about? Apparently, California's rolling back some of their phases and is gonna go like almost not complete lockdown, but like something very similar. Do you have like an update on
that? I don't. Other than what you know, I've heard that as well. We're kind of like on that already. Like shit's not really open. There's not really much to do. So I honestly don't think much will change for me, but I'm pretty sure next year, out of all the states, California's gonna be one of the last to fucking open back up. I don't know why we can't do it right. Like it's just weird to me. But
I don't think it's bro. I just think I don't know. I wouldn't say you're not doing it right. I think if anything, it's just like your governor thinks the risk is too much. Like, hey, let's just slow this shit down if we can, kind of thing. But dude, who knows what's right or wrong, bro? Because there's some states who are doing everything right, and then the numbers still keep going up, bro.
Yeah, I wish it was just like an all or nothing thing. Like, hey, for the next, like, by this date, everyone please grocery shop, and then for these 2 weeks, like, please absolutely don't go anywhere if you can help it. As opposed to this, like, oh, let's all still be at the shopping mall with fucking 600 people, but we're fine because we all have masks on, but we're still touching the doors and fucking touching the bags and the register and everything. Like it just seems kind of like a fake safety net of some sort.
Yeah, dude, I agree, man. Like I feel like, for example, I went to a couple restaurants. We were outdoors, but it's like, wear the mask before you sit down, but then take the mask off. But it's like, bro, like, come on, bro. What are we doing here? Yeah. But yeah, man, like it's crazy. But I just, for whatever reason, bro, whoever, we'll get into the presidency soon, but like whoever is the I just don't see, even if Biden's like properly in charge, like I don't see the country shutting down again. Like I just don't. Like I just think Americans will freak the fuck out. I think Biden might be afraid that they'll use that against him. Like, see, a socialist president wants to force you to be indoors again. I mean, like I don't know. I just don't see it, bro. So I feel like maybe the rules get stricter as far as like masks or maybe curfews being in place. But as far as a full shutdown again, like I don't see that happening.
Yeah, we'll see. Didn't I don't know. I heard two conflicting things. I heard Trump admitted that he lost, and then I saw a tweet saying he won the he himself said that Trump won the election. So I'm very confused.
I'm with you, bro. Like I don't know. Like I think over the weekend Georgia was confirmed as a blue state. So I think according to Google and CNN and most those polls, I think he got
Biden had over like 300. Right?
Yeah, over 300
or something.
Yeah, I think all the states were accounted for now. With North Carolina going to Trump as expected. So. Yep. It's almost like, bro, like to our point last week, not to be redundant. I mean, it's just like we still don't have a fucking president, which is like if this shit was embarrassing before, this shit's getting very embarrassing now. And it doesn't make any sense because again, if there was cheating in one state, how do you pick and choose which one you go against, bro? Like at the end of the day, like if Republicans were being elected in that state, but they didn't select a Republican president, so like how is that entire sheet invalid? Like. Clearly, it's accurate. So, I don't know, man. It's getting embarrassing, and I just hope this shit's resolved before like the holidays and like going into next year. Like, dude, I think from last week to this week, in 6 days the cases went up by 1 million in America. Which, bro, you can't tell me that like this lack of a transition isn't gonna have an effect on how we go about coronavirus. You know what I mean? Like. Like I feel like Trump's team is like in limbo, like should we help them, should we not? And then Biden's team like, yo, we want to get involved, let us help right away. And it's like, and then Trump's like, nah, chill, let's count these votes again. It's like, bro, people are dying, like literally.
Yeah.
So it's wild to me, bro. Wild.
Yep. Well, hopefully we figure this shit out soon, because the country will need it at some point soon.
But that being said, bro, as far as like, I saw some more stuff come out about the vaccine. I think another company came out. I think Moderna or
Moderna, I think.
Moderna, okay, yeah. And they said they have like 95% effectiveness. Fauci was saying that it's not going to be mandatory. He said the country's not really set up, even if they wanted to, like only 50% of the people who actually need it would get it.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that? That we have another company coming out saying that they have an effective, vaccine, quote unquote. Your thoughts on it? Does that change your willingness to or to not take it?
Yeah. For me, I think the only reason why I don't want to take it is just how soon how fast everything's taking place. And I get they obviously had to do like trials of some sort to even know if it works or not, but at the same time, like, it just seems awfully quick. And
dude, quick. And how the fuck do they have a cure for AIDS?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, a lot of people are like, oh, this is urgent, so they just prioritize this, and that's why, like, other shit, they'll spend 5 years, 6 years trying to figure it out. But
yeah,
I mean, everyone from like doctors to regular people like you and I have said they just feel like it's risky, and for different reasons. Some people are on the conspiracy side, and other people are like, I just don't want to take the vaccine and fucking die by accident. But I've heard people constantly say this microchipping thing. I saw a meme which is pretty funny, but it's like those same people are using smartphones that literally track everywhere they go. They're logging their location everywhere they go, intentionally and willingly, and at the same time they think the government has to create a pandemic to implement this shit. Like, they're already doing it. We're already addicted to our phones. Our phones are on us 90% of the time. Why the fuck do you think that's actual?
Implant something in us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, these conspiracy theorists are gonna have their say on this shit. But yeah, dude. Again, I'm like what we were saying last week, bro. It just seems too quick. I get that. Obviously, we only got to hear about this in December of last year, which is crazy. It's been almost a year of this shit, really. Like, when we started hearing about it in China, like around December. But I mean, I think these scientists have kind of been always testing what the next outbreak could be. So, they already had things in place when SARS and H1N1 came out back in the day. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm still, again, I feel like if I was a 55-year-old person, I want to make sure I have 30 years ahead of me, I'd probably take it. But dude, as a 32-year-old who, God bless, I'm still very, very healthy, fit, and active. Again, I think I had it already, and I'm surviving it just fine. Like, I just don't see why. I'd rather just, constantly take a test that comes back negative to go do whatever I have to do than, put a vaccine in me that may or may not do anything. And also, dude, I don't take the fucking flu shot every year.
Yeah,
I'm thoroughly against that shit. Like, I've heard too many stories. My mom, other people, like, they get that shit and they get fucking terribly ill more than they've ever gotten in their life. I'm like, bro, why would I want to do that to myself?
Yeah.
So I know. I kind of want to see if more information comes out about the antibodies and, like, if you have that, how long that immunity lasts. Because, yeah, dude, I'd rather just take constant negative COVID tests than I'd rather have that uncomfortable feeling for a minute than have some shit in my body forever.
Yeah. Did you take the antibody test by any chance?
I have not, bro. I have not, man. No, this is like, I just assume I had it just based off my own tracking. I'm like, bro, I've been with people on multiple occasions, like literally face to face, who had it, and then I go get tested multiple times. It's always negative. So yeah, I'm just assuming, and I was telling you before, like I had a really bad situation in February. Where I had to go to the emergency room because I literally, like, I felt like someone was like sitting on my chest, and they were like, well, you don't have any other symptoms, so don't worry about it. But my chest, when the x-ray came back, was super inflamed. So I feel like that had to be it, right? Like, what other, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that. Like, what else could it be besides, COVID?
Yeah. And plus, even if you did take the test, I think they say you can get it again, or like there's multiple strains or something.
There's multiple strains, bro, but literally, I think it's like less than like 0.5% of people who've gotten again. Like that number is very low, bro. That's why again, maybe I feel a little more brave. Like Billy was just talking about, he's like, man, I want to get the antibody test because like I want to be like you and everybody. Like, dude, like me and like some of his friends we met down here is like, bro, like I'm like I had it, bro. So I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna be around people. Like I just have that sense of confidence, which I'm sure you're gonna have soon as well. It's like, bro, I already had it. So like, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, we'll see, bro. But it's so weird that we're even in this space. Like we were talking about last week, like, you know, concerts gonna start requiring certain things just to get in. It's like, dude, like what the fuck? Like it's so crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, it's weird that they didn't do this earlier. Maybe the test accuracy they were trying to perfect or something. But in my mind, I'm like, couldn't they have allowed these? Wasn't that, you know, an option they could have thought of 6 months ago or whatever? Like just getting tested. If you're negative, you can go into this venue. But I guess it costs a lot of money to do that too.
It costs a lot of money, yeah. Then like, yeah, you don't. And I think, dude, like even a month ago, we didn't know how quickly this was spreading. Like,
yeah.
I think once the NBA proved you can like have like a bubble situation,
yeah,
I think more people are like, oh, okay, we can actually do different things here. All right. But dude, what's funny, and obviously I know when I'm gonna say this, like I'm gonna get destroyed. Anyone who comments, but Taiwan, I think did 100-day straight lockdown or something very close, and they had 100 days of no COVID, no positive results, and they just hosted Ultra Music Festival in Taiwan over the weekend. So again, I know that's a super communist state. Like, yo, if you go outside, like you may be killed by the government. So I understand the difference, but it's just like, damn, see, if we could come leave a little bit close to like being smart, we could be out here fucking raging and shit like that too.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's the tricky thing with being the land of the free is we want to be free even when it doesn't benefit us.
Doesn't benefit us. Like, dude, I've seen so many memes, or like not even memes, like actual like government propaganda by America, which I get. It's like stay in for Thanksgiving 2020 so you can enjoy Thanksgiving 2025. It's like, I get it.
Yeah.
But I already had it, so I'm gonna go hang out with my family. All right, man. So that's the world update pretty much. Let's get into some music. Bro, a lot of music came out over the course of the last 2 weeks. Things we didn't even get into last episode. So, dude, any new releases that really stood out to you? I'll name a couple that came out. The Future and Uzi project, 2 Chainz, Nav dropped the mixtape, and Kodak Black dropped as well. Any other things that stood out that came out with?
Not really. I didn't. So we can get to it later for Heat of the Week. I really did like Kid Laroi's deluxe album release.
Okay, but the reason why I didn't love it is because he didn't fucking make it abundantly clear it was a deluxe version.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most people use the same album cover and say deluxe.
Yeah.
He gave you album cover.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Changed the name. I'm like, I've heard 7 of these songs already. Like, and the skits are the same. I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck is happening?
Where he should have moved that song, same thing up to number 1, just to make it clear that this shit is the same thing, but like 2 extra songs.
Was dope, but I was like, bro, like, am I losing my fucking mind? Is this deja vu? Like, I know these fucking songs.
Yeah. But what I did realize was I didn't fully listen to the original one, so it was kind of like a new release for me. I kind of skimmed.
I listened to the first one, so I was like, bro, I know all these. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It was definitely a finesse of some sort. These other ones I didn't really hear except for Nav. My brother hates him, by the way. He's half Indian.
Really? Your Indian brother?
Yeah. So I think when there's very few like people in a certain field that might represent like part of your culture or all of your culture, you really want them to be like the best of the best. And Nav, he's good, but he's not like a standout artist to most people.
So like, my thing is, and again, me and my boy is also Indian. We were talking about it because I went to see Nav with him a year ago. And we were like, bro, like, let's be honest. If he wasn't brown, we wouldn't be rooting so hard for this to be good. Yeah. But I'm like, bro, I thoroughly did not enjoy that album. Like, that makes sense. Like, it wasn't good to me. Even my girl posted a song about it. I'm like, Sarah, you don't actually like this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, bro, this isn't good. And I don't know if we're expecting anything else. He's so monotone. It's like, dude, I put on the songs and I'm like, you know that meme that we had about like WAP where it's like the coach like, like throwing off with like, bro, I know exactly what I'm gonna hear.
Yeah.
So like, is it terrible? No. But was I impressed? Also no. Like that's how I feel about that entire Nav mixtape.
Yeah, for me, it's some shit like if I'm in a hookah bar and it's playing in the back, like I'll bob my head to it, but I'm not gonna Shazam it and be like, oh shit, like I gotta play this in the car on the way home and all that.
Yeah, dude, and it sucks because like that album, not the most recent one, but the one before that I went is the song, the album that has that tap with Meek.
I like that song, by the way.
That song was fire, and that album was good. But I feel like ever since then, like he's just putting albums out to feel like sell merch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the moment this mixtape dropped, you had like one story about the mixtape, and then 14 different stories on his Instagram about like how you can buy the CD cover and the CD and the T-shirt. I'm like, bro, like what the, like yo, you just making music to sell merchandise? Like maybe that's the only way to make money, but it's feel like, bro, like take some more pride in your craft, because it just. Dude, nothing he's saying on this shit is at all different from a mixtape you could have picked up from like 5 years ago for him. So.
Yeah, it was interesting because when I was in London, like I was trying to make conversation with a couple people there, and I was like, oh, do you like Skepta and this person, that person? And it seemed like they were treating those rappers the same way like an Indian person would treat Nav, like as in like, oh, they're not.
They take absolute pride, right?
Yeah, they take pride, and they're like, this person isn't like representing the culture the way I want, the hip hop culture the way I want. Like they didn't seem like they gave a fuck about UK artists. They're like, no, we like Drake and Meek Mill and Jay-Z and stuff.
Interesting.
So yeah, Nav, I think it's also frustrating because he has so much star power around him. Dude, and it's still like generic.
There's no album my man's not featured on, and even artists like you, like, yo, why the fuck would you link up with that? But like, dude, like it feels like everyone, dude, from Travis Scott to JJ, the Prince of New York, like everyone has a Nav feature. So clearly, people love working with him.
Yeah.
Again, if you think about it, his features normally are pretty fire, but his own body of work, I'm just like, bro, this is, again, dude, if you were an Indian, there's a good chance I wouldn't even go through this, but I'm like, let me give you the benefit of the doubt. But then I went through that first listen. I was like, bro, I'm good. I'm not even trying again.
Yeah. For me, it's just like I want to support people who are kind of like the pioneers for their culture, but outside of that, it's hard because you have to actually like the music at the same time. Yeah,
again, it can't be just a show. What about the other releases, bro? Did you get a chance to listen to Future and Uzi?
Future and Uzi, not really. I don't know, I think them like as a unit, it's like just an overload of like synthesized coding rap that for some reason it just doesn't like interest me. I know there's definitely got to be like a couple of bangers on there, but for some reason like them as a unit, like I feel like I have to be in like a very specific mood to like want to sit through a project by both of them. Because Uzi, I'd say Uzi more so. He's been
I would agree
kind of like
though.
a Nav to me, and I hate to like compare the two because like diehard Uzi fans will be like, what the fuck are you saying? But Uzi in the sense that like there's very specific songs I like from Uzi, but I'm not like a fan of him as an artist as I am with other people. Future, I'd say I'm a bigger fan, but like I think just like the super hard-hitting coding type rap like isn't something I can handle for a whole project, if that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, essentially is a full project, bro. It's not just a mixtape. I would say this, bro. It feels like another Force collab album. Like, I like you, you like me. We have a huge fan base. Let's just do this. I mean, dude, because honestly, besides the Drake and Future, What a Time to Be Alive mixtape, bro, most of these collab albums Future puts out aren't good. Because it just feels like you're just doing it to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, we can, real listeners can see through that shit, bro, and hear through it. It's like, bro, there's no unisyncs in any of this. You're not going back and forth on a track. It's just like, here's a verse, here's a beat, here's your verse, and then boom, collab. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it just sounds like that. So, again, there were a couple of songs that stood out. Nothing here of the week worthy. I mean, unless I run it back. But, yeah, it was just, I get it. I'm sure both fan base would be like satisfied they got more content, but as far as actual like this is gonna make an impact on the music scene in 2020 or beyond, like a timeless song, like not at all.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I think there is some controversy though. I think you listened to an album that I told you to listen to, and you
Yes,
this is trash, my guy. So 2 Chainz last album on Def Jam Records got out of his contract. I'm gonna touch upon a little bit in a second as far as like these album drops, bro. I'm getting really confused and annoyed about these things. Us being notified the day before.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck are we doing here?
I know.
But as far as the 2 Chainz album, give your feedback and then I'll give mine.
Yeah. Low-key, I'm happy I didn't like it because I feel like we agree on like 99% of the album.
Yeah. This might be the one that goes viral.
But yeah, when I listened to it, I was like, okay, this is not bad. Like the production was pretty good. I think a lot of people like 2 Chainz because he has a lot of like funny, unique bars. But for me, I think there was nothing that like made me want to rewind or think to myself like I need to replay it. Maybe a couple songs, and I think the ones that caught my eye, like as I was looking at the track list, like for instance the Kanye one, I was like hoping for more. Again, definitely not bad, but not something that I feel like I personally would want to replay. And I think part of it has to do with 2 Chainz voice. Like it's a very particular, like deep southern, like kind of croaky type voice. And then some of the beats just sounded like super repetitive. Like it didn't sound like anything. They kind of sounded like just mixtape beats that like someone would kind of just throw away and give to a rapper to freestyle on. Maybe I just had like way too many high expectations. Like I feel like I feel differently with say a Travis or Ty Dolla $ign or Post Malone. I feel like every song kind of has its own vibe. Whereas this, for some reason I felt like it was just kind of like I've heard this before sort of thing.
I got you. I mean, he does have a large body of work, so not to make an excuse, but I mean, maybe it just sounds like it's like another album you've already heard of his. I don't know, dude. I was very impressed. Again, I didn't know about the release until like the day of. I think maybe I was more impressed because his last project just seemed very underwhelming for me. Straight from the league or something like that, straight to the league. Like, I don't know. It was corny to me, bro. That one had a huge rollout because it had LeBron James as like a producer. Yeah. Like, even though what the fuck does that mean? Like, who cares that LeBron James is
He's like, yo, do this beat.
Yeah, like what does that matter? But that was very underwhelming for me, and that had a lot of publicity behind it. So I was like, But yo, I really enjoyed this album, bro. I love like Lamb on My Wrist, like, bro, like that shit is just like hard. I don't know, because I'm from the South, technically, in Florida, so like I'm just used to that kind of cultural references. And bro, I honestly thought the track with Kanye is the first Kanye verse in a long time that I actually enjoyed, bro. Like really enjoyed, because he had a couple lines where he's like 13,000 acres, don't know where to stay. I was like, yo, like he's flexing. But like not like say anything like aggressive or like that contradicts like him being like a Christian man. So like that was dope to me. So yeah, man, I enjoyed it. It's a good workout mixtape, workout album. Yeah, man, if it's his last album ever on Def Jam Records, like that's pretty much a cool way to go out with a bang. Dude, I would give it another spin, bro, especially working out, because there's some banger. And dude, he has a Lil Duval feature. Lil Duval has like that comedy skit, like he's like, can't go. Yeah,
I can't go for that or whatever.
Yeah, dude, like that was a funny moment, but still like ended up being like a relatively good song. So yeah, man, like it was very enjoyable. I think I played the album back like 2.5 times now when I went to go for a workout and like driving around. So I was good on that one for sure. So I would recommend to listeners, definitely go check that one out. Obviously, make your own opinion. But bro, have you had a chance to listen to Kodak's album?
I haven't. I didn't even know he was. I was always like in a state of confusion thinking about his freedom, because I'm like, is he alive? Is he in jail?
Bro, thoroughly. When I went through like my first, I haven't even finished the album. I listened to it today in my workout. I only got like 40 minutes in, but I was in the same exact day. I'm like, bro, he's been in jail for like almost 2 years. How is he recording content? Obviously, I'm sure he's in like the most like he has his own studio or whatever the fuck's going on, bro. But like so far, actually really good. Like really good.
Nice. I'm excited.
With a Tory Lanez feature.
Oh shit! Controversy up the ass.
Yo, with a Tory Lanez feature, and the song actually slaps. So yeah, I would definitely recommend everyone go check out the Kodak Black album, because it's just cool. Like how he's still staying relevant, up on shit. He's still very clever. Again, it's weird. Like when he speaks, you think like this has to be the dumbest motherfucker alive, but then lyrically he finds a way to still say very clever shit. Yeah, man. So I thought it was enjoyable as fuck while working out to it. So I would definitely recommend checking that one out.
Nice. Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because every time I hear his raps, I'm like, wait, he knows this word? He was able to put 2 and 2 together and make this clever line. Because when you hear him on Instagram and everything else, it seems like he has like a second grade education, and then
Facts.
he surprises us with raps. We might spend days trying to fucking figure out to write ourselves. So it's
100%. So there's a lot of that on this album. It's really good. So I would highly recommend everyone check that out at least once. For nothing else besides like, holy shit, like he actually still putting out music when he's been locked up for I think like 20 months he's been locked up already. Something stupid. So all right, man. So I saw we made this episode called Leg Day. So it kind of goes hand in hand with some no pun intended, with some other things happening, which kind of goes on the shit we spoke about with King Von last episode. So kind of update us on like fucking shootings just like seem to be getting worse, bro.
Yeah, I think several days after King Von was taken away from us due to gun violence, both Boosie Badass and Benny the Butcher happened to be shot in different parts of
hold
Texas.
on. As projected, my bad. I don't mean to cut you off. I told you this would work. We posted that song today about Project X and Silent Addy. Boom, got a repost, baby.
Hey, nice. All right, we'll have to keep an eye on the followers and the subscribers.
Facts. All right, my bad.
Also,
go ahead.
No, go for. Also, if any other like independent artists are listening to this, hit us up. If we like your music, we'll 100% repost it and put it on the playlist. So check 100%,
in. Bro. We're here to find you and make you glow up so we can tag along.
Yes, sir.
This is no.
Yeah, we gotta put that disclaimer in there. We expect seats on the private jet and everything.
Facts, bro. You need a couple of groupies just to record some shit for you? Let us know, bro.
But in more depressing news.
My bad. We were just focused on like for a moment. Like, we're talking about people like dying, and we're like, but hold on, we got 10 more subscribers.
Just to give a shout out to Boosie and Benny the Butcher's legs, who hopefully are functioning still. They both got shot.
Who passed away right before them?
King Von.
No.
Sorry. Mo 3.
So who is? I don't even know who that is. So like, just give
honestly, I'm not familiar with his music, but I believe
he was
he's
down with Boosie, though, right?
Yeah, he was down with Boosie. I'm pretty sure he was a Dallas rapper, and I want to say that's where Boosie got shot. And I think Benny the Butcher got shot in Houston, or vice versa. Either way, all was in Texas, within Texas. They didn't really like clarify if these were unrelated events or related events, but apparently they're like botched robberies essentially. Fortunately, they made it out alive, obviously, or I guess you could technically die from a gunshot wound to the leg, but
yes, like, yeah, I remember, a lot of people can die from gunshot wounds, because there's so many important arteries there, bro. Like, the bleeding just will never stop.
That's why I've been, like, somewhat active on social media with the police shootings, because a lot of people in the comments are like, just shoot him in the leg or the arm. And I'm like, one, that's very fucking difficult to do.
Like, what if they move?
Like, what if they move? You're supposed to stop the threat. Like, if someone's charging you with a fucking knife, you're not gonna be like, oh, let me shoot his like thumb and hopefully he'll stop. And yeah, you can hit an artery. I think the guy in the Breonna Taylor case, I believe he like barely missed an artery and he would have died. So yeah, you can definitely, it's not just like a shot to the head or the heart and that's it. Like, you can die from a gunshot wound pretty much anywhere if it hits the wrong place. So fortunately they survived, but now a lot of people are like freaking out, like, oh, is hip hop the most dangerous profession and shit?
Yes.
Like, but some people, I thought this was like, I hate to like degrade rappers in any way because like we both love it and are in it, but I mean a lot of these rappers were like quote unquote criminals or involved in criminal activity prior to becoming
right. They didn't become just artists, and they I agree with that, right? Maybe like the exception of XXX, but he was, I mean, again, I'm not gonna justify a 20-year-old being killed, but he was always in the news for some shit. But if you ever thought he was gonna pass away, you never thought it'd be like that, right? Like, my man was legit like followed, killed, walking to his car, like on some non-gang shit. It just seemed like they just wanted to kill this kid for a reason that had nothing to do with anything besides like being the people who killed this kid. So,
but was he? Do you know if he was in the hood?
Now, I mean, dude, like Deerfield, it's like literally up the block for me. I mean, he was in the hood because like he was leaving his car at a very expensive like bike store. So not far from the hood, because in Deerfield you're never really far from it. But I mean, dude, there's plenty of videos where like these guys are scoping him out for miles on end that entire morning and afternoon. So like it was a planned hit. But yeah, man. So like I'm saying, like, but to your point, I agree thoroughly. Like a lot of these guys who are being shot at or attacked do have prior gang affiliations, and it's like, can you ever stop being in that life if that's what you were doing literally up until the point where you pop off?
Yeah, I just find it hard to believe that like anything like this would happen to like a Jaden Smith or Logic or Mac Miller, like any of those dudes who are, I mean, yes, they of course they could potentially get robbed just because of who they are.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's like thugs out there necessarily wanting to actively kill these people. They might break in their home and shoot them just out of fear, but other than that, I don't see them like, really actively wanting to kill them. Whereas like Pop Smoke and stuff, I don't think those gangsters like had a relationship.
Did you see the Young Berg interview on Drink Champs?
Yeah, he said you sent me that.
Bro.
He said some chick like set him up and Pop Smoke, and he just so happened to get lucky.
Yo, he had everything on video, bro. Like he had the full camera set up where like they got into an argument, him and the female, and then literally within like 25 minutes, like you just see 3 armed dudes coming into his house. And luckily he set the alarm up the moment she walked in, because he felt kind of skept about like the way that she was approaching him that day. Yeah. And he felt very confident that she was one of the girls at Pop Smoke's house before everything went down that early morning.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Which
now
wild,
I know.
Because it's like, if you say that shit on mic, does that count as like, yo, you have to go to court and shit? Like I don't, like, you know what I mean? Like,
if you say what?
Like, I wonder, like, if he, like, because he's saying that in the public air, like, does that kind of, like, indict the girl in some kind of way? And, like, he needs to go and, like, actually give that claim to the police now? Like, that's what was kind of, because it just felt, like, so nonchalant to, like, what I think is still a very much open case for Pop Smoke.
I mean, I think he could I think they could ask him to volunteer, but I don't know if he's, like, obligated to do anything.
Obligated? I got you.
But that's what's weird. People call him a snitch if he volunteers, and it's weird that would be a thing. People would literally call him a snitch.
He got killed in his house, like they were saying, rest in peace, I miss you, bro. Well, I would still be here, but I was allowed to fucking snitch, you motherfucker. Like,
for real.
But question, so Young Berg also goes by Hitmaker?
Yeah, so he changed his name to Hitmaker. Remember, I don't know if you remember way back in the day.
Bro, because I was like, this motherfucker looks just like Young Berg, and I'm like, oh, it's the same person. Cool.
Yeah,
like,
I was confused like a while back, but basically he got robbed way back in the day. I think by some Detroit dude. I don't know if it was what's his name? What's his name? The dude who's like notorious. He's like a Detroit bully. Trick. I don't know if it was Trick. I don't want to misspeak on it, but he got robbed by somebody for his Transformer chain that he used to rock. And people clowned it was fire, but people clowned the shit out of him for a while. And I don't know if he like rebranded in silence, but he said fuck this rap shit and literally produces for like everybody now. And he's probably making way more money.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Because I think 100%. Because his shit was average is best, but he did have a couple slappers. But yeah, dude, Excuse me. No, I thought I was losing my mind. I'm like, bro, this looks just like a rapper I used to listen to back like in 08. I'm like, oh, it is him.
Yeah, that's him. Just rebranded.
Okay,
but
now
I
he
think
makes
it's
beats.
technically. I don't know if. Wait, hold on. I gotta look this up because I thought it was like a duo.
Oh, maybe, but I know like at least he's one part of his name.
A Track is the other two. Okay, no, never mind. It's just Youngberg.
Is it? Okay.
Changed his name. Yeah, Hitmaker.
I got you. All right. Because yeah, I was thoroughly confused about like what the hell's going on. Like this seems very. I'm like, oh, same guy. Got it.
Straight up clone.
All right, cool. All right, so yeah, and Benny, yeah, you said Benny the Butcher got shot. So like, yeah, I'm thoroughly just like, I think Boosie came out and said he's okay. Thanks for the good wishes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, bro. Like we were just talking about Benny the Butcher having like a breakthrough album. It's like, what the fuck? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, dude, hopefully the violence stops because this shit seems to be getting thoroughly out of hand, and it just seems like, dude, what? That's like 3 people in a week, like after we just lost another super up and coming young artist. So,
yeah,
wild to me. But dude, speaking of, because you brought up Hitmaker and he makes beats for everyone. Did you see this thing that I think Mustard and Metro Boomin were getting behind? I just saw it pop up on Academics' feed, like. They're saying that they're tired of having to put, you know, Metro Boomin featuring or Travis Scott featuring Metro Boomin. Like they kind of wish that on every artist display page on these platforms that there's links to them as well, as opposed to them having to like put a feature to get like credit for the song.
So basically, like you can click through to the producer's page as well.
Exactly.
I'm surprised that doesn't already exist.
Right? Like you would think so, right? Because especially like some of these fucking producers are making these songs, bro. Like literally, like literally making these songs. But like without the producer, like this song would be trash. So like why aren't they getting like more direct like clout for that?
Yeah, way back in the day, actually in college, I was this is like before Spotify even existed. I was like talking with one of my friends and was trying to create like a platform where like less famous indie artists and producers could collaborate, like find each other and collaborate, and even like videographers, and they could like for instance when someone produces a video, everyone involved in the process would have their credit and links to their own page. So if you watch the video and you think it's dope, you can find the videographer and link up with him or the producer and vice versa, just so everyone gets credit. And I'm surprised why that isn't like a thing, because like to your point, like the videographers and producers and shit a lot of times make the song make the song what it is, or like adds to the impact of it or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just seems like impossible to find who these people are.
Yeah, agreed, dude. Obviously, like, I mean, you're lucky if you get like a 21 Savage who's, you know, legit gives credit, like makes the album 21 Savage and Metro Boomin.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys aren't doing that. And then, yeah, like then artists are like, producers like, all right, well, it's a feature then, bro. So like, I want to get like people to know this is my beat. So yeah, it just seems like a no-brainer to me. Like there's, especially now, bro, like there's so many dope producers. Like why wouldn't platforms like already have that like innated in the system?
Yeah, that's messed up for sure.
Yeah, agreed. That was just it just popped up on my feed, so I figured we'd talk about it real quick. All right, man. So what's some heat of the week that you heard since our last episode?
Yeah, so for my heat of the week, I wanted to give a shout out to Kid Laroi as well as his DJ and producer Han on dropping the deluxe album Savage, which they tricked us into thinking it was a whole brand new album. Shit's still fire though. I believe it charted globally, and I can say people are definitely sleeping on this kid. His sound is different and his talent is insane. He kind of reminds me of Post Malone, like just on how people received him in the beginning, or the lack of receipt by just not really paying as much attention as they should, and then later on people are like, oh shit, like I really got to check in and pay attention to what this person's releasing. I know you listen to a lot of the non-deluxe version, but I think what was interesting to me, or what caught my eye in the beginning, was several of the tracks kind of sounded like a Post Malone vibe over Drake style beats. Like Pikachu, which is one of my favorite songs, sounds like something Drake would sing over or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the Drake comparison, or like I see the Post Malone one a little bit, but dude, his beat selection is very good.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know if like him and Han are like just very in sync and like he just knows what he's gonna like, but like damn bro, like most of his beats are absolutely fire, like so well produced that it's like damn, like this shit has to be like a hit, or at least get some notoriety, because like damn, like this is just good music.
For sure. So yeah, I've been listening to that. I mean, there was only a handful of new songs on this from this deluxe version, but I definitely just like checking the pulse of like where he is and everything. I feel like he still has a shit ton of room to grow. Like
I fucking hope so. He's 17 or some shit.
Yeah, he's 17, fucking on fire. Like I don't see why he wouldn't. And I feel like just white artists in general kind of like they're far and few between within hip hop, and if they are really talented and stuff, I'm not gonna say it's like, I mean, I think there is an element of it being easier, but like he genuinely has talent, so I feel like it'd be very unlikely if he weren't to excel even further.
I don't think he's like an industry plant. I think he's legit like talented, and you would assume that if you can get both fan bases on your side, white and black, it's like a no-brainer that you're gonna have a very long career. Dude, for me, Heat of the Week is 2. So 1, I'll go with 2 Chainz. The song is called Feel Away. That's the one featuring Kanye West on the new album. And then again, for local artists, we just posted this. We just mentioned him a while ago. Project XX, one word. The song is Feel Right. It's off the mixtape he dropped with his DJ Silent Addy, I believe a little bit like in 2019. So local artists, Addy's been a fucking mainstay in Koyo and 1-800-Lucky, like just in Miami, the Miami movement of music, phenomenal. I think he's linked up with Major Lazer on multiple occasions. And then Project XX is his artist, and I'm pretty sure he just got signed to Warner Brothers Music last week. So again, you probably never heard of him before this. And if you had, kudos to you for being one of those that have been writing from day one. And if you haven't, go check it out. He has a ton of music on Apple Music and Spotify. So it's PROJEXX, one word, Project XX. Yep.
Dope. Yeah, I saw what you posted. It sounded really dope. Super professional.
It's that vibe, bro. It's like I think the video for the song I posted, they actually filmed at Koyo Taco. Like it's just like that lounge, dance hall. Like you want to grab a chick and ride out to, but you don't really want to leave the club yet, so you're just like vibing. Like that's like if you would have put it in a nutshell.
Nice. One other quick drop that came through today, I wanted to call out for Heat of the Week was this artist. I actually came across him through the Spotify algorithm.
Nice.
I believe it's pronounced Malls Monday. Artist from New York. And if I had to summarize his style, I would say if you're like a fan of the Dreamville, like Kendrick, TDE type lyrical hip hop, you would definitely like him. I hate boxing rappers in just because it kind of like insinuates their biting styles and shit, but it's definitely not the case. Super lyrical dude, feel good beats.
Nice.
It's also refreshing to kind of hear more of that like bar for bar storytelling type rap that isn't, pushing the same shit that you hear on the radio and all that. So I've been following him for a minute, and the new track that he released that my brother and I really love is called Wilderness. So I'll add that to the playlist. Super dope track. Shout out to him. I think he'll definitely be one of the ones to continue elevating, because he just has that like it factor. The lyricism's there, so I only see good things coming for him music wise.
Nice. All right, there you go. That's 2 new artists that you've never heard of before. You guys got put on by Audio Theory. That's what we do. Any closing statements, bro?
No, man. Stay runner free. I think that's gonna be the meme for a minute.
Bro,
God forbid any of us get this shit again, but
yeah, dude, it's just hard to do, bro, because these numbers is just wild. It's crazy because like Florida stopped even posting it, really. Like, obviously they have to post it, but it's not news anymore because like it's not 10,000 like 3 months ago, so it's not that big a deal. I'm like, bro, it's like 8,000. Like, it's shit's still fucking like bad, bro. Yeah, man, it's crazy with the holidays coming up. People are gonna have gatherings, so it's like, fuck.
I know. And I think in Cali we're supposed to do. Newsom's trying to limit us to like 6 people or some shit like that, which is definitely not gonna happen.
Yeah, dude, someone had a fucking like morbid fucking meme where it's like gatherings have to be for 10 or less, but we're allowing funerals for 60 or more. So like I'm about to kill this cat and we're about to have a get together. So something like that.
Just bring the turkey over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I'm about to kill my pet turkey. So come over on the 25th. I'll see the 59 of y'all later. So
yeah, that's wild.
Bye, man. Stay safe. Appreciate as always. Love you, man. Listeners, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we'll be back with some more.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.